Hey guys, it's Practical Psychology here, but today's video will be given by one of my friends, Holmes. I'll be adding in some commentary, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Also, this is basically the first ever collaboration I've ever done, so please leave some feedback in the comments below. If you'd like to collaborate with me, send me an email. So anyways, let's get started with some tips on how to become more observant.
Number 1. Pay more attention to others than yourself. This is super important in observation because you're trying to observe the world and not yourself. So many people spend their days wondering what others think of them, if they will mess up in a conversation, or how they look. If you're actually trying to increase your observational skills, spend your energy and focus on others, not just yourself.
Alright guys, I know this one might be difficult, but as a great observer you have to get great at noticing the world around you and not the world within you.
Instead of making a big deal out of the stain on your shirt, focus on how that man over there is crossing his arms. Instead of worrying what people think when you stutter, pay more attention to how that woman in your group blinks every time you say the word affair. Number 2. Notice changes.
So you should be observing for a period of time to set a baseline. This means you need to find out what is normal. And then you can compare future events back to the normal event to see what changes.
So tip number 2 is to notice changes. When you start observing, you can easily notice things out of place, but you should get a reference point first. Set a baseline for everything. How many times did that woman blink before you started talking about foreign affairs? What was that guy doing before he crossed his arms? Was this the first time he crossed them tonight, or has he been doing it all night? Change is what is important, not just how someone acts. Remember in the video with psychological tips, how a great indicator of attraction it is if a lady is touching her lips when she's near you? Some women do this all the time, even when they're not around you, and this is why it's important to pay attention to change. Number 3. Put away distractions. To become a better observer, you must put away distractions. How can you notice subtle changes in body language or the size of someone's pupils if your phone has all your attention? There's all kinds of distractions in this noisy world, but if we can laser focus on something we're observing, you'll increase your chances of understanding the situation better.
You have to be really careful with where your attention is going. As an observer, it is your duty to make sure you're investing your attention wisely.
Laser-focused cognitive thinking requires dedication to the subject. You can't simply focus on two subjects and give 100% on both, so try to pick just one subject at a time while training. After you get better and put in plenty of hours of discrete observation, reading body language will become second nature, and it will be easy to focus on a whole room at once. Getting a feel for that creepy guy in the corner with a hidden gun will literally give you this gut instinct that he's tense. Also, putting away distractions gives you an empty mentality. What I mean by this is that your mind will be looking for something to do. It will eventually get bored. The brain's natural state is to wander. You can give it a purpose and start looking for changes, start looking for things out of the ordinary. I actually like to make a game of it. Just like when you start to ride a motorcycle, you must consciously think about the steps to shift. Let go of throttle, pull in clutch, shift, let out clutch, give more throttle. It will eventually become an unconscious process. The same thing happens with observing others. You will develop a gut instinct about others, and this is your brain doing this, performing unconscious observations and judging automatically. Number 4. Watch a movie in another language without subtitles. There are a ton of them on Netflix, just take the time and turn on one of those foreign films, but don't watch it for the storyline. Instead, pay super close attention to the body language of the characters. See if you can notice anything interesting in the background. Make it a game to come up with your own storyline while noticing the body language, tone of voice, and backgrounds of the characters. After a few movies you'll become a pro, and your observational skills will be much better. Number 5. Learn to link observations. Once you are able to make observations with little effort, you can go one step further and learn how to link these observations together to form a bigger picture. You can do this by reasoning backwards. Try and find a conclusion and think of what you could observe to know it.
Here's an example. If you notice that somebody has a stain on their shirt that looks like they were eating ice cream, and it's around 1 o'clock, right after most people get done eating lunch, you can come to the conclusion that maybe they had some ice cream for lunch.
Once you learn to think in this mindset, you can observe without the knowledge of the conclusion, and then that will become a deduction. So please, if you wish to know more on this topic, my YouTube channel and one called The Art of Deduction focuses on this. Thank you.
Alright guys, that was Sharingford Holmes, and he's got a channel dedicated to increasing your observations and deduction skills, and you can check it out here or in the link below. If you like this video, click the like button, and please leave a comment below on what you thought of this little collaboration. And subscribe for more awesome content. Thanks for watching.